Okay, so we're going to do polynomial long division. This is just going all the way back to long division from elementary years, okay? It's just you're dealing with x's now. It's not as difficult as it might look. So, let's see, we've got 5x squared plus 25x plus 22, and we want to divide this by x plus 4. Okay, some first rules of thumb here. First number is the dividend, okay, so it goes under the sign, okay. Second number is divisor, or I should say second term is divisor. That's the thing that goes outside the sign. So if I have my division sign here, dividend goes under the sign. Okay, so this is everything back from elementary years, and divisor goes outside the sign. Okay, so all we've got to do is just kind of set this up so that we can work with it. Okay, so divisor is x plus 4 divided by, x plus 4 divided into is what I meant to say, 5x squared plus 25x plus 22. So, here we go. Let's start the game. The only thing you really have to pay attention to at this point is the x and this first term, okay? The plus 4 is just going to follow along as we do this. So what your only concern is this first term, okay? You care about this first term and how it relates to each of these individual terms here, all right? That is your only goal at this point. So let me just knock this out. All right, so x into 5x squared. Reverse the question. It's what times x would give you 5x squared? Well, I would know that 5x times x would give me 5x squared, because 5 times 1 is 5 and x times x is x squared. And that's pretty much all you're going to do over and over again while you go through this process. Granted, you also need to make sure you go 5 times 4 is 20, and we have an x. Make sure this stays positive for the time being. Now, when doing regular division, once we hit this point, we have to change the signs on everything. Okay, so we make the signs opposite. So because they were both positive, I now make them both negative. And the result would be, these are gone. Okay, so no more 5x squareds. And 25 minus 20 is simply 5x. So again, I go back to looking at the first term and this term. I notice x and 5x. Okay, well, for that, I know it's going to be just multiplied by 5, actually. So I'm going to put a plus 5. Now, the reason I do plus up top is because this is a plus right here. If this were negative, then I would put a negative up top. Okay, so just a little FYI there. You can just kind of copy some things. So because this is a plus 5x, we have a plus 5 up top. Now I go 5 times x is 5x, positive. Then I go 5 times 4 is 20, positive. I'll have to make sure that I bring down this plus 22 as well. So I apologize, I didn't mention that first. Okay, so always make sure, we did the 5x and we bring down the next term. Kind of like when we do division of integers, you subtract it and then you bring down the next number. Alright, so now we change the signs. So this is going to be negative 5x, and this will be negative 20. Okay, so let's solve that. 5x minus 5x, gone. 22 minus 20 is 2. Okay, so now at this point, because there is no x here, that term and that term, this first term x and this remainder term here too, there's nothing I can do, so all we have to say is that my remainder is 2 over x plus 4, and we simply add it in. So your final answer for this is going to look like 5x plus 5, and with the way that the system is going to want you to do it, this is going to be your quotient and then your remainder is going to be 2. Okay? Now, if you were to do this without the system, it would actually be 5x plus 5 plus 2 over x plus 4. And that's actually how you would write it mathematically outside of the ALEKS program. Last comment on this is stuff that you'll be seeing in your secondary math 3 class, but we want to make sure that you feel comfortable with it over the course of the day, over the course of this year, so that when you see it next year, it's something you've already seen before.